Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good friend, former Phillies pitcher, Tommy Greene. Good morning, T.D. Greene.
Good morning, Billy and everybody. Good to hear y'all guys again.
Hey, T.D. Greene, man, you should see social media, man. People, the Phillies, first 3-game losing streak, and people are like pushing the panic button, and yours truly, who you know me, I get all upset right away, and I'm not even freaking out yet.
Well, that's a shock right there. How you doing it? Yeah.
I don't know, because I listen to you.
Hey, there's a calm behind the storm somewhere, you know. So.
You're rubbing off on me, Tommy.
You got to be that way, man. You got to keep everything even keel. You don't want to be. It's like a boat. You don't want to be on the ocean and have the big waves and stuff. You want the little rolling stuff, so you can you have your ups and downs. And
Tommy,
you don't like it bad.
Tommy. I hung out with Craig Berube, Ricky Tockett, a bunch of professional athletes. I've had the honor and the pleasure of and I've been lucky to hang around these guys. And they said the same thing as you did. And I said, you know what? No, I'm not going to be that guy. I want to be emotional. I want to be on that roller coaster. That's what sports does for me. You guys that play the game, you can do that. I'm the fan. I want to live the highlight. I want to roll up and down. You guys have to stay that even keel because you guys are playing the game. I'm not playing the game. I'm watching the game.
Well, that's how we got to where we were at.
Right.
Yeah.
But I like to be on a little bit of a. But I'm not on. But I'm still. Even though they went to Pittsburgh, I got to see the bridge in the background. That's a great ballpark. And I want to see the Phillies win. But I know. Look, Alvarado didn't. He blew his third save, and Kirkering didn't look good the other day in his appearance, and Strom gave up a couple runs. I get it, but I'm not hitting the panic button yet. I'm not hitting it yet.
No, I mean you can't panic. Hey, what are we up 7.5 games?
Yeah. No, I know.
You know, I mean we lost 3 in a row. We could win 4, 5, 6 in a row right now. What's that going to do? You know, that makes the other team have to stay on our pace, and if they're not, we gain ground. We're gaining ground again. You know, so. I mean, that's the way the game goes. You got to stay on the even keel, start playing good ball. You know, I mean, they happen to face pretty good pitching. You know, so right. You know that one night yesterday they did. The guy was throwing the ball real good. You know, the other night, you know, we had the chance. I mean, you get as many hits as we had. You know, but we left a lot. Even though we scored the runs we did, we left a lot on base too. So, you know. It could have been better, but we should have won that ball game. So, I mean, that's the way that we should be 1-1 in the series. We're in less than 0-2 in the series.
So, Tommy, when you were in the dugout with a cast of characters, a bunch of strong leaders like this team has Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto. They have some great leadership. Wheeler, Nola. You know, the list goes on and on. You had that.
Yeah.
What? Just their confidence walking around in the locker room. They don't panic. They're not hitting the panic button.
Well, they got to where they're at by having some success, you know, and they know what they need to do it. Does it mean that you're going to go out? If not, you become a robot, and we're not robots. We're human. So the mistakes we made, we get in a groove with. You know, you got to credit the other team. Sometimes they're taking advantage, having good at bats, and working against somebody like Nola or somebody. They're working and making them, you know. Maybe get the ball up in the zone a little bit, and putting the ball in play to score a run without getting a hit, a sacrifice fly, and stuff like that. That's what they did. And I mean, sometimes you got to tip a hat to the other team when they play good ball.
I'm looking at their offensive numbers. I mean, this team pretty much lives and dies by the long ball. I mean, you look up and down their lineup. Castellanos now has got 13 homers. Alec Boehm with 11. Schwarber's got 19. Bryce Harper's got 22. Turner's on fire. I mean, his month of July, I don't know if anybody's any hotter.
Stop talking about him. You know, just stop talking about him. You know? But
Realmuto is the guy. He comes back from knee surgery, makes a nice throw down at second base, pops up. I think now that I'm not worried about the little losing streak. I think now everybody's back healthy, and now they're poised for that final the dog days of summer, if you will.
Yes, exactly right. I mean, JT's night last night I thought was a great night. You get him back and get his feet wet. And actually, he had some good ABs. Why did he make the last out of the game? And that was a bullet up the middle. The guy just had to be playing right there. So keep him swinging the bat the way he is. So I mean, that's a good night for him to come back like he is and have the success he did last night. Yeah, did we win the ball game? No. But today's a new day, and we have to approach it that way.
Tommy, I want to ask you about the Phillies starting pitching and really Ranger Suarez. I know he's been talked about a lot over the past week or so, but you're obviously a former Major League pitcher, a good one at that. I mean, is dead arm a true thing at this point in the season? Could this be happening to Ranger Suarez, or do you truthfully think it's more of a back problem as to why he's been struggling as of late?
Well, I mean, I can't vouch for it. I mean, what kind of issue you had physically. That's what all of us don't know. Mm-hmm. You don't know what these guys go through. I mean, nobody knew what I was going through, when I pitched until we went on the IL, or the DL, or something like that, or we had that type of issue. Because only I can vouch for what I went through. And there's some times you go through where you just don't feel good. You're not as, and your arm's not as lively. I know mine was. Like I went through that part, especially after I pitched a lot and deep in games, like we talked about last time we were on. I think I threw 5 complete games in a row. And it's not that I excessively threw a lot of pitches in those games. It's just the fact that you're up and down and doing it physically. You're doing the stuff in the dog days of summer. When it's hot like that, I guess it just beats on you. But that's why we train and try to do that, to try to go 9. That's what we want to do. And it's just in the cards. Sometimes I know coming out of spring training, people go through the dead arm in spring training a little bit, and before their velocity starts coming. I mean, does that mean you're going to be strong the next 6 months? No, you're going to have your ups and downs, and it's not how good you are when you're at your best. It's how good you are when you're not at your best. Can you survive? Can you keep your team in games and give us a chance to win? You don't have to, pitch and not give up 0 or 1 runs like Ranger was the whole time. Hey, sometimes you'll give up 3-4 runs, or so, just keeping us right there to give a chance for our potent offense to maybe outscore them. And that's part of the game.
Yeah, good morning, Tommy. So obviously there's a lot of talk about the trade deadline coming up. It comes up in 9 days on July 30th. And I was just curious, what's your perspective? I mean, all of us, I think, here in the locker room agree that we think that the bullpen is going to be a main target of Dave Dombrowski, but they also could use an outfield bat or two. So I was curious, what do you expect the Phillies to do, and what do you think they should do come trade deadline?
Well, we've talked about it before. It's the same thing over and over again. You never have enough pitching. If you come across with something that you can make happen, that it's not going to deplete, your big guys you're looking in the minor league system that you want to keep, there's a possibility they might do it. So that's the thing to me is I think pitching is the big. You never have enough. You have that arm, or arms. You never know what might happen that comes in the bullpen. But also, you never know. We got to have our guys healthy. It's going to be anxious to see. I want to know how the backs are doing. When Wheeler and Ranger come off. It sounds positive what you hear, but until they get out there and start pitching again, I'm looking forward to that. But as far as the outfield situation, it depends on what's out there in the market. You don't want to deplete. We're in a position right now while we're better, like we are. We've had some people step up and do some things and come up and do some things in our organization that we've started to restock, the minor league system, and we got guys in the system that people want, and that's a good thing. But we also want to be like we were back in from 2005 to 2000 or before then a little bit 2004 to 2009 or 11, something in that range where that's why we were good as we were. We had that system that the guys come through and they kept us good for that 5-6 years in a row, and that's what they're looking to do, is trying to have that type of longevity, around less than a one and done or type thing as far as the minor league system is concerned. So they're trying to build it, and I think they're doing a pretty good job at it right now.
Tommy, quick question for you regarding the bullpen since we're on the topic. Jose Alvarado has not looked the same as of late, really just lacking command and hasn't been able to command his fastball the way you'd like, along with his off-speed pitches to complement that fastball. ERA is up to a 4.35. He blew his third save on Friday. Has your confidence wavered at all with him when it comes to high-leverage situations, specifically as we head down this home stretch?
Well, I mean, he's working himself a little bit out of that role, a little bit. But, I mean, they're going to use him in some situations like that because you got to pitch him to get his confidence back.
Right.
So now who do you put there? Who's hot right now? Well, Hoffman's pretty much proved he's been pretty steady Eddie the whole time. Hoffman has. So, I mean, to me, he's the guy I know I would kind of lean on a little bit right now until you can maybe reverse that role a little bit, and get Alvarado some confidence, and realize that too high pressure of a situation until he gets it's kind of don't take it like an outing, till you feel like, oh man, there it is, and then you feel good again. So it's it's one of those type of things. You don't give up on a guy because he scuffled for like 3 or 4 outings, So I mean, but as a closer, you got to have a short memory, and that's the thing. Or a relief pitcher. That's one thing you're taught. Hey, you might have gave it up tonight, but tomorrow night you might be right back in there. We need you sharp. So you're preparing yourself to pitch the next day. So and that's how the game is a little bit. That's the life of a reliever. So
all right, Tommy. Today we got Tyler Phillips on the bump. What do you see in Tyler Phillips, a Bishop Eustace product, South Jersey product, 4.50 ERA? What do you see in him?
Well, you just need to see him do what he did, last time, since he's been up. Give us a chance to win the ball game, and that's what he's done. Like last time he was out, I was hoping the Topper would have took him out after 6. It would have ended perfectly, and then he got a couple runs tacked on there in the 7th. I mean that's just baseball. He's trying to get that one extra inning out of him, and it kind of snowballed on him a little bit, and that's how it goes a little bit. But he pitched well. And if he does that again, gives that same type of effort, I mean, we got a chance to win the ball game. We just got to start hitting it, a little bit.
All right, the Phillies look to avoid a sweep today in Pittsburgh. First pitch is at 1:35. Of course, Tommy, you and I will be down at Blitz's Market this Thursday, the 25th of July at 10 o'clock in the morning. You'll be signing autographs at Blitz's Market. I know people, they're all excited, Tommy. People are going to come down and meet you. You'll be signing. Get your hand ready. You're going to be signing autographs down there at Blitz's Market at 10 o'clock. Everybody's looking forward to meeting you, Tommy Greene, and I'm looking forward to having a fun time there with you. Looking forward to that.
You got it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you, brother.
All right, there you are, Tommy Greene. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you Thursday at Blitz's Market in Ocean City.
All right, you got it, Billy.
All right, there he is, Tommy Greene on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline on the Mound with Tommy Greene.